did. Justin, what was the sort of key to getting over the line in that one?
D in the second half, it's 28-28, so our offence wasn't ideal, but just being able to continue to have the habits we wanted at that end of the floor, key guys that we knew can be game winners for them. We did a good job on them, and I guess down the stretch, just having been able to go to what we wanted to and continue to find ways to get key scores at key times.
How frustrating was it in the first half when you guys were shooting it so well, offense was clicking, but the free throws weren't falling, and so it seemed to sort of get you guys on the back foot a little bit?
Yeah, I felt our offense all night played tired, and the game the other night in Cairns was physical, and it definitely took us a bit to just get out of the mud, I thought, offensively. But that was a frustration. You get to the line as much as we did, leave 12 points at the free throw line there, but equally put them at the foul line the other end, and they're making them, and it's keeping them in it. So, something that, we know we'll be better at. It's uncharacteristic for us, but, we'll be all right moving forward.
What goes through your head when you have a bunch of weapons, but then Isaac hits a few shots and you have a desire to keep him in the game? What goes through your head coaching-wise there?
I said to him, I benched him in the second by mistake. I decided I wasn't going to look at the scoreboard with the way the game was going, and then totally forgot about where the time was at when I wanted to get him in. So, no, it's a luxury and it's a challenge at times, but we want to just keep having guys in that impact winning, and Isaac impacted winning, especially in the second half there. He did the same role for us in Cairns the other night. Josh Bannon going out late with a delayed concussion kind of threw some different things at us that we weren't really preparing for this one. DJ comes in, has a great impact in the game. Sobes' stat line, I think, is actually one of his best all year on 4 shot attempts. So whether it's perceived talent or not, everyone just came in and gave us something today, which was what we needed.
2 very close games post FIBA break, but 2 wins. Are you kind of comfortable with sort of the trajectory your team is headed in?
I'll take wins any day of the week. Obviously, we would like to continue to put our foot down and keep being able to push scoring margins out, but we know that's coming as well. Integrating Shannon back in, having 12 guys for one game. Hopefully, Bano's back next week, but just finding where our advantages are with the different lineups we can now use is something new for us. So, no, we'll take a win any day of the week. We know that when we play our best basketball, we can beat anyone in this league. We just got to make sure that's the habit and the consistency we can generate moving forward.
What was your take on the win, especially considering back-to-back close wins and the sort of feeling that it seemed like it was a very sort of high-octane game?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and obviously the feel at home is a little bit different. Our fans are really good, and so they get behind us and kind of help us down the stretch. But kind of what I take away is something me and Mitch Norton actually talk about a lot is just building the habit of winning. And so kind of what you touched on is we've dropped a couple close ones, and you talk about the trajectory and whatever, but we're winning the game, and that is building a habit, whether it's ugly or not. And so I like the way we're going. It's just being able to close the game, because we've shown that we can put at least 3 really good quarters together, but we just haven't been able to finish. And now so we've got 2 under our belt. Hopefully we can take that and just keep moving with it.
You had a big first quarter, followed up by a big fourth quarter. Did you know sort of right away that you can go out there and impact this game and impact winning?
Yeah, I always feel like I can. Obviously, having been on Illawarra a couple of years back, I have a certain comfort level. I always feel that way against teams I've played for, Tassie included. And also my boy Joel Carl, who's an assistant now in Mackay. So my motivation was right up. But to answer your question, I always feel like I can impact the game and help us win.
Where has your mind gone, considering the 3-ball hasn't fallen to the rate that we expect from you this season, but you've been able to still contribute in a fairly productive way this season? Yeah,
it's been tough. It's been something I've continued to work on, just continue to trust my work, and it's definitely been a challenge mentally more than anything. But there's never been any hesitation from, I guess, the staff and my teammates. They always encourage me to shoot the ball. So my focus has just been on, doing the other parts of the game that can help win. So that's obviously defense, and my penetration's been something when I choose the right spots. It's actually been really helpful for our team's success. So just been focusing on that, and then the last couple, been able to get a couple to fall. So when that picks up, should be good to go.
We only look forward, mate. He's 75% this weekend. That's all we care about.
Yeah. What's it like? The past few games, it seems like Chris has had his head on the rhythm a little bit more than usual. What does that do to what you guys do offensively?
Yeah, no, it's a key on how we think we can close games out, as well as, he's such a threat on the 3-point line. We know he's going to have a attachment at that point, but his game off the bounce is equally as good as his game in the post. So he's got multiple ways he can have effect for us. What we want is multiple people to be able to get feet in the paint. We know, this weekend we've shot the 3 ball around 40%, and we identified that in the window that, paint touch to out is very good for us, and he's one of those guys that can generate that for us, as is Isaac, as is Sobe. So continue to find those advantages for him is a key for us.
You had an interesting sort of rotation with the bigs, foul trouble and things like that. Someone like Rocco, when he gets in, what's the sort of thing that you want him to do out there? What are you challenging him to do?
Yeah, like winning habits, as in, take care of his communication in the ball screens, level 1 for him, rim protect for us, secure the rebounds. Like, when he's doing those 3 things, he's really effective at the defensive end. And then offensively, can he get us extra possessions? He's such a lob threat towards the rim, and we knew we could have advantage in the ball screen. So yeah, he had a rough patch at the back end, but again, like his first stint, he impacted winning for us, and he's had a pretty solid weekend for us.
Isaac, can you give us an idea of what you think this ceiling is for this team? You've had a full squad, and then tonight was full except for Bannon, but it seems like you guys are building some sort of chemistry. It feels like the trajectory is forward. What do you see the ceiling of this team as?
I mean, the way to answer that is I've never gone into a game feeling like we'd lose it, to be honest with you. Like, I think on paper, we're just as talented as anyone, and obviously I believe in what we do day to day and habits-wise and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess our ceiling is championship, but, that's one game at a time. But, yeah, I mean, there hasn't been one where I've been like, oh, yeah, we're in trouble here.
I'm sure you're locked in every game, but what's it like, former team, and then obviously Joel Carlew on the bench as well, you're the Old North coach. What's it like? Obviously, you're seeing familiar faces on the other end.
It's just fun, to be honest. It's pretty funny. Every time I sub in, greeters doing all sorts at me when I go to check in, so that's kind of funny. And then, yeah, as I said, just a little bit of extra pep in my step, little flex at Joel Carlew when I give him a bucket, just because we've been talking trash all week. But it's always fun, as I said, going against familiar faces, and it probably makes me a little more comfortable, if anything.
Is Mitch Norton okay?
Yeah, got one downstairs.
Okay.
So, yeah, nothing long term. Well, hopefully for his and his wife's sake, but no, he'll be fine next week.
Chris.
I'll just be quick. Olgun's covered most of it. But Justin, wanted to touch on Tyrell Harrison. I mean, we've talked all season about how good he's playing, but he looks so confident now to be able to make plays offensively. But then I don't think you would prefer anyone in the league in that position on that last play defensively to make the play that he did.
Yeah, I got a couple others that I don't mind in that spot either, in the 5 spot. But no, he, like, to his own standard, he wasn't at the level to start the game, and let a couple drop, missed his free throws, and he was frustrated. But to come back in and have the impact he had, and we sort of targeted the post when Froling had foul trouble, and Tyrell was a big advantage for us there. And I think it's Isaac, everyone across the board. Like, we've got guys that understand what they need to do to impact winning for us. And, I think Tyrell's just been given that freedom to be able to do his job day in, day out, and we're happy with what we're seeing.
Can you just expand on what you mentioned about Sobes earlier? Because we know how good of a scorer he can be, but he's a guy that had a huge impact on you winning this game, and he only took 4 shots. I mean, he's a captain, and he's proving why he's becoming such a mature leader now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think it's easily forgotten that, Sobes has had to do a lot in the last few years at this club to just try and keep the club in games. And what we've worked with him on is understanding what winning can look like when he doesn't have to be the only one scoring. And I look at 6 assists tonight, it's outstanding by him. 7 rebounds, he gets 8 points. Like, that sort of stat line is going to put us in a winning position every night. There's going to be games where we need him to go get 30 for us as well. But, what we love is the depth of talent that we have. I'm not sure other people in the league believe in it as much as what we do, and that's something that I've got to continue to trust. And, there hasn't been a loss this year where I'm not kicking myself for not trusting our bench more. So, that's a strength. Sobes has been an outstanding leader for us, and, whatever push we make towards the playoffs, he's going to be a big part of it.
And just lastly, heading back to Melbourne for you next week, is it a good or bad thing to catch catch Dean after a loss earlier today?
Yeah, no, the club hasn't lost 2 in a row. I want to find the stat because we were about making our own history and trying to put ourselves in positions to do something new. And, for us, it's about they touched us up last time down there, and out of every club in this league, it's the only one that we probably didn't feel like we've had our met the standard or been at the same level as them yet. But I say yet because we're a different side now, and we definitely are looking forward to going into there. We know that it's going to be a tough night. They're an exceptional team, well prepared, and it's about us just continuing to grow and put ourselves in a position where hopefully we can get one on the road.
Thanks, mate.
One more on Rocco. He did have a tough game today, but we were watching him on the bench. He's living every point with your squad. What does that tell you about him as a person and his attitude?
Yeah, no, I think that's something we're trying to have is what winning looks like in this club is it's not about us as individuals, it's us collectively, and that's why we know he's going to be great because he can have enough humility that when it's not his go, he's going to cheer Baines, he's going to cheer Tyrell on just as hard as they do for him. And I think that's a strength in that position for us is, we talk about winning our position on the night, and that's who your teammate is that needs to win that position as well. So, they're lucky and fortunate to have each other in that space.